When you're doing something different, you will always find some resistance.
Action!
You follow him. I see myself that I have a big role to play actually in the country.
As long as we're not hurting anybody in the process, if it's for our country, we might as well get the information out. It doesn't really matter how. They may want to derail us to deem our suffering benign fuss. Do they want to see us eat our flesh, taunting, pushing our limits to the test? Chin up, head high. Still we speak, still we voice, still we amplify. They may want to reduce us to refugees, to occupants of POCs, to camping in IDPs. They may want to silence our synergies, a citizen to another muted resident. Don't they know when you silence the one like amoeba, we multiply, we replicate, we dim the sun, chin up, head high. As South Sudanese, we are branded to be violent people, but we are being very unconventional in a very intentional way. We have seen conventional activism failing. If it's for our country, we might as well get the information out. It doesn't really matter how, as long as we're not hurting anybody in the process.
جنوبين كل يوم موت موت لمتين يا اخوانا نقول سلام سلام 200 السلام ده يجي يلدونا في هروب ونربي في هروب وكمان نموت في هروب لكل جنوبي يموت قطعة من جنوبنا بيموت نجري ل200 ولوين ندي يالنا وندي أرواحنا وندي دمنا فضل شنو تاني أنا تعبان.
All right, this is Anna Taban Arts Initiative's office. Where you are right now is our working space. The youth of South Sudan for so long have not had the opportunity or the platform to speak and to express themselves, where we got to let the youth know that they actually have power. They have power to speak, they have power to change the narratives. When you're doing something different, you will always find some resistance, but we always find ways in which we counter that resistance.
You're an IDP, hiding and scared in your own country. You're feeling angry and scared.
I was born in a musical family. For so long, music has been my friend. Through music, I would express what I'm feeling. Through music, I would pass messages. In 2004, when I actually started my music, I did not have the privilege of participating in the struggle for my country. But now I have this opportunity through my music to also play a role in speaking on behalf of my people and what we desire as a people. Most of my songs were about how I would want peace in my country. Before Anna Taban, the youth were not speaking in any way. The space for the youth to speak was so narrow, you were just definitely seen as an enemy of the state.
Civil society is being restricted, and the media is being restricted. You're not, there is no freedoms of expression.
They think like when somebody's like doing music or any form of art, they look at you as somebody who's a criminal. I recorded a song. I was so traumatized, so I had to write that song. I recorded it in the studio, not knowing that in the studio there are actually some security personnel. So I was taken My family had to look for me, but they didn't even know where I was.
What most people tell you is, hey, you be careful.
Yes.
You know, you're pushing. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
And then you come and you find you're not alone, and it gives you like a moral boost.
You can be a drinker and you realize that you actually like the music from the other guy who comes from a different tribe.
You become one. No other issue. Tribalism ceases to exist because you're going through that pain together.
Right now we have seen over 5, 6, 7 groups that are a bit similar, but also they come with their own set of creativity. This excites us.
We're going to start scene 1, okay? Camera rolls, sound, silence, action. Cut.
I was born in Uganda during the Civil War. And my dad, he was a soldier. He died during the Civil War. We ended up in Uganda in a refugee camp. So in the refugee settlement, you don't have that much freedom. But this is now Juba, and this is South Sudan, where you belong. I see myself that I have a big role to play actually in the country.
Follow him, and then I need you to come, and then you follow.
I take the step of working to see that change in the society, to advocate for the voiceless and do that little change that I've seen in the country. My mom used to say that education is your father, is your mother, and it's your everything, so you need to hold it very strong.
Okay, the boss in the place, you have to go on first, maybe.
He opens it and leaves like that. Yeah.
It will be like this. Like this. Perfect.
I came to know about this project through Lobijo. There was one time we were actually passing with him. One boy was being cut in front of us, and I was so shocked, and I was so much afraid.
This guy running.
The script is inspired by that event, and there are so many other things. Lobijo has been witnessing. Cases of rape is also included in that story. It's violent. It's really something, a bloodshed you really don't wish to see, but it's actually something that happens within the community. So that's what exactly we are going to show in the film.
Raf! Killer! Raf! Killer! Raf! Yes! Okay,
One of the main points behind this story is that we look at getting these two groups to unite.
Acting has been actually one of the finest things I've ever found in my life. People in our country, they feel like when you become an actor, you'll be like someone who's having no future. So I could not tell my parents in the beginning that I wanted to become an actor. I did it secretly. They come to realize that I was doing something which is very good for our community. When they saw me, I was sending a very good message. They were like very happy. We are having the dream that one day, one time, we will be having something like Sollywood or Sossywood in South Sudan to represent South Sudan around the world in, in some part of some kind of, movie industry. We call them dreams because in our country, people might think that, they lose hope, that things will never change. We, the young youth, we still have that hope.
I was born in the refugee camp in Itam, in Ethiopia. I remember my parents telling me, we are at war because we believe in things. We are at war because we want what is good for you. The fact that you're a refugee, there's so much pressure from our parents. You're made to believe that as if South Sudan is all on your shoulder. If they were able to come out of where they were and deliver it to where it is right now, it is now our job to take it to the next step.
Nung kon ngangai kon kukur ane benyo shul kukur mana shul kagalam kalwa men
Chai ko le ti ne wi ye ana me na me tu mo nong ho ne ka le de shu le de sha ru jina ro
e je de shu gar no
o me aran du ya le me je ka gala ma wi o gar fi ba su ba ngash ke ji ko na ke and then te ga me ya la comedy ki do al ko na dal
ken gwalen war kul chezin war ke litete ke tan martin ken gwalen da ken ta ken ke yen wo ba je gari chen ke kap na ken wo faro wo kap wo kal chen na ne je ken longore da du fin tong mu ji jibo ko ran me kwa ni menang ye be nyana ka be nyana nang ma zin jol ko to mata song tar ko manyen ko kwa bagaji garu ene de goni gara nyaka ran tare wore grek ka je ji ga shadu mo ene ji lar dadu ape mo ene ji lar ya jon ji be ka ba kam de ko de jolo ko ina kwa
Were you guys interrogated? When we walked in, the stall guy, he followed us right from the entrance. So he says, "So what's your name?" So as soon as I tell him my name and he identifies me as Dinka, he switches to Dinka. So I'm very uncomfortable that I gave this person my name right now. I'm very uncomfortable because now that he knows my name, he will know more, and he will now start monitoring who comes into my house, which I don't want. As an activist, you have to be very mindful of your personal security.
Don't they know we won't be goaded, pointing at us with their guns loaded? Don't they know the clock is ticking, the people resisting, the wall is caving in? Don't they know when you silence the one like amoeba, we multiply, we replicate, we dim the sun?
In these 3 years, we would like to see Anna Taban in all the states in South Sudan. We want to see Anna Taban in any city that has South Sudanese presence. We want to see more youth and to influence more groups to also speak up and to want to network with more groups and networks.
From the bank.
I feel if someone wanted to change the world, you have to be the change that you wanted to see in the world. And that's what makes me to do that little bit change. Every small work that someone do, and it is change the society, it counts a lot. And it will remain as a never fading light for the coming generations.